So my name is Ela. I'm based in Warsaw, Poland, and from time to time I do online tours from Warsaw. Today I'm going to talk about Emanuel Ringelblum. And who was Emanuel Ringelblum? He was a teacher, an activist, a researcher, a historian. But today we remember him because he was a founder of the Oneg Shabbat group, the Joy of Saturday, that during the Second World War documented life of Jews in the occupied Poland, mainly in Warsaw, but not only, across Poland, in the whole of Poland. The tour started at the Jewish Historical Institute in Tłomackie Street. Before the Second World War, it was the main Judaic library, and it comprised several thousand volumes, including prints from the 16th and 17th century. Another institution that was located here was Institute for Judaic Studies. The institute was the only one of its kind in Poland, and it was the first research and educational center in Europe. It ran secular courses. During the Second World War, there was a Jewish self-help located here, and Emanuel Ringelblum was the leader. He ran the institution, the organization. The spots on the floor are a reminder of a fire in result of blasting the Great Synagogue in 1943. At the Institute, they have this fantastic large map of pre-war Poland. Emanuel Ringelblum was born in Buchach, which is now Ukraine, and in 1900s. In 1914, the family moved to Nowy Sącz, and he graduated from gymnasium there, a middle school, and in 1920 he started studies at the Warsaw University, history. You can see now the picture of the Great Synagogue that was blasted in 1943 in May, on the 16th of May. It was indeed next to the institute. And as I said, the fire actually impacted the institute. The building remained, just that there was a big fire inside, and the spots could just see the spots. I'm now entering Aleja Solidarności. During the Second World War, it was called Leszno Street. At Leszno too, there was a Cafe Sztuka. At Cafe Sztuka performed such people as Władysław Szpilman, a pianist, Wiera Gran, who was a singer, and Władysław Szlenkel wrote cabaret dialogues there. Emanuel Ringelblum must have known this place as he lived nearby. He lived to the left of this Lutheran church that you can see. Emanuel Ringelblum's house didn't survive, but Leszno 13 did. We are now looking at the old tram, number 13, promoting a theatre here. Leszno 13 was opposite Emanuel Ringelblum's house, still within a ghetto, the Warsaw ghetto, and what an interesting building. This huge tenement house had two internal yards. It comprised many institutions, Jewish institutions, as well as workshops. 4 doctors lived here. There was an institution located here, the Office of Fighting Usury and Speculation, the most hated office here that collaborated actually with Germans, and it was a very infamous institution. A gentleman called Abraham Ganzweig, who was a traitor, hated by Jews. He was, as I said, he was very much collaborating with Germans. Well, in the office, several hundred people worked there, and the office reported directly to the German police, not to Judenrat, the Jewish government in the ghetto. And instead of fighting against speculations, actually they were speculator. They were bribers. They were blackmailers. In Aleja Solidarności Old Leszno Street, there is a Catholic church, and it was one of the 3 Catholic churches in ghetto, but only 2 of them actually provided service. Interestingly, this church, after the Second World War, it was moved back slightly away from the street because the street was widened. And after Cafe Sztuka at Leszno too, we came to another place of entertainment in the Warsaw ghetto, Theatre Femina. It was opened until the Great Deportation Action in July 1942. The artistic director was Jerzy Jurandot. They had 14 premieres during the ghetto times. They performed only in Polish. And besides theatre, they also organized cultural events such as Children's Month. Mina Theatre, a mural called The People of Aleja Solidarności of Old Leszno, Emanuel Ringelblum holding underground archive, and Marysia Eisenstadt, the nightingale of the ghetto. And we came to the final stop on our tour at Nowolipki Street. It was here where a school was located, and in the basement of the school, Emanuel Ringelblum's archive was buried. The first part in July 1942, the second part in the early weeks of 1943. Israel Lichtenstein was the school head teacher, and he asked 2 of his students, Nahum Grzywacz and David Graber, to bury boxes and milk cans in the ground. It is David who in his testament wrote, "What we couldn't scream out to the world, we buried in the ground." Emanuel Ringelblum's archive was found after the Second World War and is now stored in the Jewish Historical Institute. There is a permanent exhibition at the Institute that you can visit to learn about Onek Shabbat group, to learn about Emanuel Ringelblum. And if you enjoyed the extract, the tour, please subscribe to my channel. Thank you very much. Thank you.